For this part of our drawing, we're going to place a hot tub in the shape of a hexagon right about here on our deck. To do that, I'm going to click hold on my wheel and give myself some space in this blank area. A lot of times in AutoCAD, it's easier to draw things out in the blank screen and then position them into your drawing. In the Draw toolbar, you'll find your polygon command. Underneath rectangle by the white triangle, if I single left click and drop down to my other options. Single left click on polygon, my command line asks me to enter the number of sides. Currently, the sides are 4. If I just simply start typing in the number 6, my command line populates. If I select enter, my command line is now asking me to specify the center of the polygon. Anywhere in this blank screen is sufficient. If I single left click here, it seems nothing happened. However, my command line asks me, do I want to reference my polygon inscribed in a circle, or basically from point to point, or C, circumscribed about the circle, basically across the flats. The default is I. We are going to still, just for comfort, select the letter I and select enter. And you can see that there is a hexagon now forming, referencing off the actual point. If we had an imaginary circle and we are going to type in for the radius, because that's what our command line is asking here, 4 feet. If I type in 4 and the foot symbol, what I'm telling it is that I want that reference from the center to the point at 4 feet, not the flats. That's the difference of inscribed or circumscribed. Once I select my 4 feet, I can select enter. Another way to understand the circumscribed or inscribed, if I come up now to my selected polygon and I hover over the polygon, you can see between the first one and the second one, they are both the same exact size reference circles, but one is referencing the point, the first one, which is circumscribed, and the second one, the first one is inscribed, referencing the points, and the second one is circumscribed, representing the flats. We are also, for our hot tub, going to give it some depth. So we're going to, just like offsetting the stairs, we're going to offset the hot tub. I'm going to zoom up on my hot tub by using my wheel mouse. The offset command, once again, is found in your modified toolbar. If I single left click on the offset command, once again, it's asking me for a distance, and you can see my distance of 10 was in there from the stairs. This time, I want to select 12. Select enter. It's asking me once again for an object. My object by my stairs was a line. Here, my object is a hexagon. Single left click on the hexagon. If you wanted it inside, you could select inside. However, if you select outside, we'll have a bigger hot tub. I'm going to select anywhere on the outside and left click. To exit the command, I'm going to hit the escape key. To place the hot tub, we're going to need some reference lines. These are great in AutoCAD. Not all the time are you going to have a reference point to the center midpoint of something like this, like the hexagon hot tub. And you're going to have to kind of create a reference point. Sometimes you might have to do that in a closet for shelves or a door, or for your doors and windows in your home, or a bed or a dresser. I'm going to simply select the line command, and it doesn't matter which way as long as I have a midpoint to reference. Left click and left click. Exit that command, hit escape. I'm going to make other reference lines, and I'm going to pick this up here and put it 7 feet in and 7 feet up. I'm going to select line command again. I'm going to zoom up close to the lower portion of my deck, click, and just drag, just like you did with the deck and just like you did with your building lines. Drag this way, manually type in 7 feet, select enter. Drag straight up without selecting any other aperture until you're locked into the green line. Let go of your mouse, type in 7 feet, select enter. Once again, if you accidentally click someplace that you shouldn't have and made an extra line, or you're off, simply select the letter U, select enter, and it undoes the previous command, and select enter again. You can also simply hit delete on your keyboard after you select the line. I'm going to pick everything here up from that midpoint and place it on this endpoint. Make sure that you have midpoint activated in your object snap. I'm down here, left click, and my midpoint is active. And you're going to see that active as a little triangle aperture. And we already know endpoint is a little square aperture. To move this, I need to go up to my move command. It's in your modify toolbar up here with the 4 directional arrows. If I select move, my command line, like any modify command, is asking me to select objects. There are 3 objects here. I can simply single left click on each object, or I could click, let go of the mouse, and drag over the whole box to select them as well. Once my objects are selected, like any modify command, I have to select the enter key. My command line is now asking me to specify a base point. I want to single left click on the midpoint of that line that I'm going to use as a reference. And now it's asking me to specify a second point or where I'd like to drop it. I'm going to move close to the end point, and once I snap to the end point, single left click, and your hot tub is placed. I'm going to double click, bring everything into view, File, Save As, on the desktop, Landscape, Save, and yes.